I'm Ralph Bagnall, host of Woodcademy TV, and I'm here to give you a first look at MicroJig's new BladeClean system. The BladeClean allows you to quickly and easily clean blades and bits so that they give you top-notch performance every time you use them. As a professional woodworker for more than 30 years, one thing I can tell you is that it's very rare for a user to actually dull the teeth of their carbide blade just through use. Typically, when you see the degradation in the quality of your cut, burning, tool marks, and the like, it's because the blade is dirty, not necessarily dull. And sending it out to be sharpened will cause it to be cleaned as part of that process. But the carbide on your blade only can stand so many sharpenings before the blade has to be replaced. So sharpening it too often not only costs you the money of the actual sharpening, but it will reduce the life of your blade. So cleaning your blades and keeping them clean is extremely important. But at least in my shop, cleaning blades is a cumbersome process. It's a task I don't like, and I tend to avoid it more than I probably should. But now there's a new way to clean your saw blades that's fast, efficient, and will save you money. This is the BladeClean system from MicroJig. It's got some tools in the cover. It has a smaller well in the top for router bit cleaning, which we'll look at in a little bit, but it's primarily designed to clean saw blades. In the lower tub, there's a cleaning pad and a post in the center that the blade sits on. The cleaning fluid I've got in here is simple green mixed with water, but you can use pretty much whatever you want. The system is so efficient that you can almost use plain water, but I find that simple green works pretty well. Here's a blade that obviously needs to be cleaned. You can see the pitch and gum buildup. There's other things on it. It really does need to be cleaned. The teeth are in perfect condition. They're just covered in pitch and gum. Without stopping the video, I'm going to show you how this gets cleaned. A handle with magnets on it comes with the kit. The magnets are strong enough to hold your blade. We're going to drop the blade so that the post in the center is through the blade. I'm going to turn it a couple of turns, rotating it backwards for the way the teeth are made. Then I'm going to move the handle to the other side. A couple of turns that way. And you can see that the teeth are clean, sharp, and ready to be used. It's that quick and that simple. And all I'm using here is simple green and water. You can use pine sol, you can use baking soda and water, you can use your favorite cleaner if you want to. But you don't need to use caustic cleaners, you don't need to use heavy chemical scents, you don't need to have, to be working outdoors. You can use safe, easy, biodegradable cleaners, and the system works incredibly well. The BladeClean can work with pretty much any blade that has a 1/2 inch or larger arbor hole, from 7 1/4 inch circular saw blades through your 10-inch blade, and there's more than enough room to go all the way up to a 12-inch blade. And the bottom of the BladeClean slopes downward from the outside edges to the center, so whichever size or diameter of blade you put in, the teeth are in contact and the center is floating, giving you the best possible contact between the blade and the cleaning pad to do the job. Now, in my book, being able to clean the blade that quickly and easily is worth the price of admission on its own. I can clean a blade very, very quickly at the beginning of a session of work and use it all day long, and then clean it the next day if I really want to. I'll always have the best quality cuts available. And cleaning costs $25 to $35 a blade or more, and you have to ship it out and wait for it to come back. And again, you only get so many sharpenings, usually 3 to 5 per blade. So if you're having it sharpened when really all it needs to be is cleaned, you're going to be buying blades more often than you should. So this is going to pay for itself even with that. But the top of the BladeClean is nearly as innovative as the bottom. So this is where we store the magnetic handle for the blade. There's a brush for cleaning excessive dirt, although frankly I don't find myself using it that often. Under here is another well and a bit holder for cleaning router bits. So I can stick my router bit in there, drop it down into the well, and let it soak for a few minutes. Meanwhile, we've got light abrasive discs made of the same material as the cleaning disc on a mandrel for a moto tool or drill that we can use to clean up the router bit once it's had a chance to soak a little bit. So after letting your bit soak for a few minutes, we're going to simply take it out of the holder on the inside of the cover. And then I've got my Dremel tool here set to about 10,000 RPM. You want to keep this fairly slow. It doesn't need to be particularly fast. But now I can bring this blade in, this cleaner in, and I can work the carbide faces just to clean them up. And I can come in. If you're careful, and make sure that the rotation of the cleaning disc is not rubbing onto your cutters, but going off the cutter from the back like this, it'll last a fair amount of time. You can clean a number of router bits before it needs replacing, and they are available as separate units. But as you can see, it does a wonderful job of cleaning your router bits as well. And it's not just the carbide that needs to be cleaned very often on router bits. Rust and pitch and such can build up on the shank of the router bit, which will cause it to not be clamped in your collet properly. So the mandrel and the non-woven discs that come with the BladeClean are fantastic for cleaning up the shank of your router bits, or for restoring rusty tools, or just about anything that you need to clean or polish. You're going to find lots and lots of uses for these discs and the mandrel that will fit into any moto tool, or even a cordless drill with the right RPM. I find that using these at about between 8 and 12,000 RPM does a good job without fraying the edges too bad or too quickly as you use them. The BladeClean system from MicroJig will allow you to keep your blades and your bits in top working order so you get the best results every time you use them.